Welcome to the Fans Only Sports Network. The lacrosse action does not stop yet. The Division II semifinals or Final Four coming up. University of Connecticut and Union College going head-to-head here on the Fans Only Sports Network for this 5 p.m. matchup. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play. Larry in doing the camera work. This matchup between the 1 and the 4 seed brought to you by Powell Lacrosse. Visit powelllacrosse.com for all your lacrosse needs. Use code NCLL24 to save 10% off your purchase. This is our 5th game that we're doing today. And we're not alone in that. We have Tim Duffy and Matt Vucinos on the other side. You can kind of see them in their red tent doing the same work rate we got here. They're on their 5th game as well. They're doing the other half of the Final Four between the 2 and the 3 seed. Westchester taking on their 3-seeded opponents who name I've forgot often, but remember now, High Point University. They're taking each other on here. The purple and the yellow and purple. Both taking each other on in Division II. And then following this match, we'll see the 1 and 4 teams of Navy and Penn State face off, while on the second field there will be Maryland versus Ohio State. But what's in store for us here today on our field, Kentucky versus Union. The Wildcats taking on their opponents here on a big day for Kentucky as a whole, with the Kentucky Derby, of course, taking place here today. Kentucky breezed through their opening match. It was a strong victory to get our day started. And they're taking on the Union team that played extra in their first game here today. They went into overtime versus Georgetown to avoid being the only team in our quarterfinals to be upset. The bracket played out exactly how the seedings would expect them to. Big start there to get us underway. Bryce Mode back in goal for Kentucky as he was for the opening game. And for Union, they'll have Robbie Trevetto in goal. Kentucky quickly moving into the attacking zone. They're the 1 seed. They scored double digits in their first game. It was a closer affair between the Dutchmen of Union and Georgetown Hoyas. Our camera froze up on us here for a second. We'll give you a stick with us for one moment as we'll get the picture back to you now. So, first quarter, been a long day. First quarter continues here. 20-minute running quarters as per usual here. Rain subsided for once here today. It's a start of a game without rain. I can't believe it. It's been so long since we've been without rain here. At University of Maryland, tomorrow seems like a little more rain, but we'll be inside of SECU Stadium, home to the Terrapins for our championship games. Should be a fun time. And exciting matchups surely coming as well. 18 minutes across with our first quarter just kicking off. The Wildcats from the X. And Kentucky gets on the board already showing off that 1 seed and why they earned it with a nasty first goal. Kentucky up 1-0. And we're back to the face-off with Union taking it home. Ball squirts out towards the sideline and will be Kentucky's possession here. The Wildcats up 1-0. Thank you to everyone here tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network, taking in the NCLL action. You can keep up with the Fans Only Sports Network at FO Sports, Z at the end of Sports, SPORTZ, as Kentucky strikes again. Doubling down on their efforts, they lead it quickly, 2-0. Marshall puts it away, and the number 3 of Kentucky very excited. The Wildcats are coming out of the gate firing here, looking to put away that bid to the championship game right here in our first quarter. As they let it get past, it finds its way over now to Ben Thomas. And whistles blow from midfield for a timeout taken by Kentucky to retain their possession. They're fired up here in our first quarter, and they have good reason. They lead 2-0. We'll be back with more action here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back here. Action resuming off the timeout from Kentucky. They have it at the wing, moved up to the point. Pass behind now. Last game to go is going to be the D1 Final Four action here. The number 1 seed playing in our first matchup, or our final matchup. Number 1 seeded Navy. Oh! He broke him there behind in the X. Sammy Hamilton put the moves on him behind the goal and nearly turned that into something special. Union needs to answer here. They trail by 2 already in our first quarter. The Union Dutchman taking on the Wildcats here. As Josh Robertson drives in, passes off to Field Willis. The Empire Conference champions here. Again, they played their first game not on this field, on the field across from us, taking on Georgetown as the 4 seed, taking on the 5 seed, won it in overtime. They got here through beating Rochester 14-4 and Binghampton 8-6. And then, of course, in the quarterfinals, took down Georgetown. They've gone 6-4 this year, undefeated in D2. And now looking to take down the Wildcats, beating him low on the bounce. Bryce Mode unable to stop the shot, and this game is a 2-1 ball game. It's a lot closer for Union here. Just that much closer, cutting the lead in half. Off the face-off, Union secures it. A good win by Gus Hufford. Gus Hufford, excuse me. First quarter keeps on ticking down here. National College Lacrosse League has dished across. Rain finally calmed down. No longer even really raining at all as that shot went out of bounds. And another opportunity as Field Willis took a hard shot there, shooting from a flipping all the way around, trying to shoot that in, and little limp coming up, trying to make his way off the field. Now, teammates going to help him get off the field here with the help of 2 teammates. Field Willis will head to the sideline. So, injury timeout here with the first quarter. And Josh Robertson comes on in his place. And we resume action. Field Willis helped to the sideline, see if he can make his way back into the game. Being treated at the bench. Josh Gangi. Back and forth. Union not getting much ground from the Wildcats defense, playing pretty strong at this point. Already warmed up with that first game versus Millersville. A hard shot. Union beats Mode there. Another goal. We're tied up. It's 2-2. Great job to fight through it. Wait their timeout for the Wildcats defense to break there and getting it done with that shot. The winner of this game, again, goes on to face the winner of the game happening across from us, High Point University versus Westchester, in the championship game at SECU Stadium coming up this Sunday, tomorrow, of course. Should be an exciting one from a great venue that we're can't wait to take a look at and broadcast from. A crazy angle. Did that go in? What a goal for the Union Dutchman to take the lead on. Just about a no-looker to take the lead. The Dutchmen from down 2-0 are in the front in this first quarter, going all the way back. Another great goal. Seen some great goals today. That might have been one of the best ones yet. Tomorrow's Division II National Championship starts at 11 a.m. Gates will open at 10 a.m. if you plan on attending in person, with the Division I National Championship following at 1:15 p.m. "30 minutes after the conclusion of Division II. Dutchmen and Wildcats alike sprinting to the sideline, getting substitutions going here. This game is the game between our 9 a.m. winners. Our 11 a.m. winners play on the field across from us. The 1 p.m. winners will play here following this one. It includes your one-seeded Navy team that took down Providence earlier on in our slate of games. Busy, busy day. Union crashing in again, looking to go up by 2 on the 1 seed. Couldn't get it to go there. They'll back up now and defend. Kentucky trailing for the first time today, I believe. As they roll it on the ground. Scoop it back up on the pass from Hamilton. Now slid over to Ben Thomas. Passed over into the X. Kentucky now goes back over the top. A little errant pass that'll roll out to midfield. Play continues with Union pushing up the field after the whistle. And a cutback. Now the rain starting to spit towards our direction once again, along with a breeze. driving through, tossing it over, and ringing iron. Nearly got it, did Josh Robertson. Josh Gangy to Robertson. Hit the iron and couldn't find it home. Looks like another Union player is hurt, falling down hard. Hunter Mulvey went down on that play. His teammate still being treated for the injury he got earlier in our first quarter. Scores 3-2, Union leads. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with game action. We're back here with first quarter action. Injury taken care of. Another man being helped to the bench. There's 2 minutes to go in our first quarter. Thank you to everyone tuned in, watching here on the Fans Only Sports Network. We appreciate your support all day long. It's been a plenty busy day of broadcasting sports, but it's been a fun one watching the NCLL come to an end after a fun season of lacrosse action across our networks, at least on the Providence and Bryant side of things, among other teams. Watching their lacrosse programs, both of which were eliminated in the first round, or at least they got to the dance. They got to Maryland. Both fell as their 8 and 7 seed respectively. Kentucky here, rounding the corner. Now punched outside. Kentucky's trailing, and they could trail entering our first quarter break with the score 3-2 in Union's favor and seconds to go in our first quarter. I'll eat my words once again here today as the quarter ends on a buzzer beater by Kentucky. Tying the game up 3-3, we'll enter our second quarter of action all even, 3 apiece. We'll be back with second quarter action after this. Welcome back. Second quarter getting underway here after an exciting first quarter. The game tied 3-3. last-second score for Kentucky evened it up. Charlie Adams here for the Fans Only Sports Network. All the action here today brought to you by Powell Lacrosse. You can see them in the right corner of your screen, and you can see them at powelllacrosse.com, where you can use code NCLL24 for 10% off on your purchase. Join the movement. Powell Lacrosse taking over as nearly a big mistake from Kentucky, quickly recovered on. Union played a great first quarter against this 1 seed. The 1 seed had no trouble dispersing or taking out Millersville in our opening round. While Union, it was a overtime win that got them this spot in this game. And who knows, tied up right now, we might need overtime to punch their ticket to our national championship game, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Union up top and now slung underneath. Pass knocked away. It's going to roll towards midfield. Stopped up for a second. Now scooped up cleanly by Kentucky. Deep pass down the field. The big defensive play knocks the stick loose of the Union player holding possession and knocks the ball out to the sideline. Now coming way out of goal, here comes Robbie Trevetto. Past his line and all the way down the field, a dot to his teammate. Luke McDonald now reverses course a little for Union. This is controlled at the top with the number 88 of Matt Peoples. Looking for the edge and ringing iron, so close to taking the lead once again for Union. Jack Pates. And another good save there made by Bryce Mode. He's been able to get it done when called upon. Making another strong save there. And Kentucky working it up the field, making a poor pass. It's picked off. Now defense to offense as Union transitions up the field with Luke McDonald. Couple new fresh legs onto the field now. Ball held by the number 9 of Blake Thomas. 9 of Blake Thomas with the 9 on Kentucky belonging to Ben Thomas. Union again, starting from the top as Gangy bails back out of it and passes away to Thomas. Thomas drives through, left to right to score. Union back in front. Smooth cradling gets the job done as the Dutchmen take the lead once again on our 1 seed here. Dutchman trying to upset the Midwest champion here. As play back underway now. Good pass over the top, perfectly placed. Union will push up the field now. Again, doing the similar thing that they've been doing, just taking their time in midfield, waiting for openings, setting up plays deeper into the attacking zone. As Jack Pates was just going, oh, what a save with the stick. A second opportunity again, staved away from Bryce Mode. Mode blocking both chances. Remains just a one-goal game, 4-3. The Dutchmen lead it. Now Union, spin around shot, not close. It will roll out of bounds. And the Dutchmen keep possession here as charging through, trying to wrap around. Another good save. Bryce Mode has been laying it on the line here in these past couple of series. Wind picks up a tick as takeaway, and Mode secures it. Kentucky with possession. Mode out of his crease, helping out the offense as a whistle blows and they give up possession to Union. Now they're going to have to hurry back defensively. Union works it to the wing, now off into the corner. Pushing forward, passed off. Union gets it to Matt Peoples. Another great save. He's been on one here. Bryce Mode again. After giving up the lead, Mode has not allowed anything even close. Absolute brick wall from this point on. Kentucky needs to get this out of their zone and reward him with an equalizer once again, as out of bounds it will stay Union possession. Dutchmen with the second quarter going well. No scores given up, one added to put them in front by one. Get everyone here tuned in watching on the Fans Only Sports Network, and they add another. Matt Peoples wrapped it around and snuck it past. Eventually one had to get by, and Matt Peoples is the one to do it. The senior attacker. It's going to take some effort from the Wildcats now. They trail by 2. It's 5-3. The Dutchmen have put on a show here. Maybe a little expected from the 4 seed Kentucky after a strong 2-0 start, falling behind the ball here. Everyone tuned in. If you were looking for Westchester versus High Point University, you're going to have to go back to our channel and tune into that stream instead of this one. Or if you want to watch both but would prefer to watch this one live, you can always tune in on demand as well. Right back on our YouTube page, look at the live section. You can see replays for free of all of the games here taking place today, all sponsored by Powell Lacrosse, proud sponsors of this tournament and us here on the Fans Only Sports Network, as that goes wide up over. Big collision, back up to the X. Kentucky playing some good, clean defense by John Kielzinski. Now the pass off for the Union over to Riley Frost. Oh, that was a close look. Luke McDonald nearly squeezed it through from short distance. Just barely missing the mark. Second quarter over halfway done here. Approaching halftime. Ball back with Bryce Mode. Lobs it up, completing the pass over to midfield. A swarm of Dutchmen is going to draw a whistle and take possession over. Union controls it and now sends it with another opportunity that Mode stops. Despite giving up 5 goals so far, Bryce Mode has shown some great saves here. It would be a lot worse with a lesser goalie. Kentucky's going to need to spend some time in this offensive zone and hopefully put one across. They trail by 2 here. 8 minutes to go in our second quarter. There's Mikey and Kana. Pulls it across. Now from the wing, the Wildcats. Charging in from the right side, ringed iron, couldn't find home. Referee's right on top of it as it skates out to the outside, still in possession by University of Kentucky. And there you go. Second time gets it done. Kentucky back into the scoring column. It's 5-4. Just missing the first chance. The Wildcats pick it up on their second go-around. 1-score game now with time ticking towards halftime here. The 1 seed not going to go down quietly, making sure this is going to be a game to remember after Union already played a classic earlier against Georgetown with a big comeback. And right off the face-off, the whistles, possession in favor of Union. Restarting play with the pass to the far side of the field. Over into the corner. You're watching the Fans Only Sports Network. Charlie Adams here alongside Larry Yin doing the camera work. Been NCLL all day and every day, this weekend at least. Sunday is the culmination of the season with championships for Division II and Division I. D2 starts us off at 11 a.m. Tune in for free on the Fans Only Sports Network as that shot led up close. Now a second opportunity. Again, squandered away by Union. The Dutchman rolled in, tried to get the second chance effort on the short rebound and couldn't pull it through. Lights shining down on the field here at this point. Approaching the 6 o'clock hour in College Park, Maryland. And whistles blow here. We'll be back with more action after this. 5-4 your score, Union leading by 1. Welcome back after timeout. 5.5 minutes is what remains in our NCLL first half of our first Final Four matchup, brought to you live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Our second matchup taking place simultaneously. Westchester and High Point University on field 2. The winner of both face off tomorrow, 11 a.m. Unmissable game from a great venue at the SECU Stadium. If you want an update on the Westchester High Point game, it is, am I reading that right? It is 9-0. The Westchester Golden Rams are smoking the 3-seeded High Point University Panthers. 9-0 in the second quarter. Well, that about tells you all you need to know on that matchup. Hopefully some of you have started to switch over to this channel and watch the team that will likely face Westchester. Still full half of a game left to decide things as they entered halftime just now. But 9-0 is a pretty big margin to make up even in a full half of play. Here in the Dutchman and Wildcats, it's a 1-goal game with the 1-seeded Wildcats in trouble. Trailing by 1 after dominating in their opening matchup versus Millersville. They tie it up. Speaking it into existence, no longer trailing, Mikey Ancona ties things up. It is 5 apiece. Just like this game started at 0-0, it is even once again. The rain might be done here in College Park. Might be. Wouldn't bet money on it, but there is a chance that for the rest of our broadcast will be rain-free, which would be awesome. It would be awesome. It's been raining the whole day, cold the whole day. We've fought through it to bring you the best programming that we could. The NCLL Championship weekend continues here with our Final Four. As a whistle and a discussion with the referee. Momentum seems to have shifted to Kentucky at this point. As now referee having discussions with the coach of Union as well. Passed up high. Union defending after leading for a good portion here. A tied game now. Got the gray posts of this goal after it was replaced in an earlier game due to the orange ones having holes in them. Stuck with a gray one, which doesn't show up as well on the camera. I'm sure of that. Hard defense as Liam Alder draws the ball loose. Down the other end, another great save from Bryce Mode. Continues to impress and now has a tie game on his hands. Mode clears it to the far sideline at midfield. Trying to scoop it up is John Kielzinski. He scored in the Millersville victory, as did a lot of these players on Kentucky. Timeout's going to be called here. Timeout taken with a minute and change to go in our second quarter. Your score 5-5. An exciting first half culminates when we return. Welcome back. First half has about a minute left in it. It's been an exciting first half. Whatever team wants to face Westchester here, or likely face Westchester, as they lead 9-0 after one half of play on that side of things. Here, the first half going to come to a close, and it might be a tie ball game. Less than a minute to go now in our second quarter. Five to five. That shot loaded up and saved by Mode. High pass. Couldn't be brought in cleanly by Union. Counting down from 10 as that goes out of bounds. A flag on the play. Referees are going to talk things over. It's 5 to 5. We're going to head to halftime with a penalty heading against Kentucky when we return. 5 to 5 your score entering after our first half. Union and Wildcats both going back and forth in this one. We'll be right back shortly with more action on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back to our third quarter of action here on the Fans Only Sports Network. The score 5-5, all even. Union's going to start with possession in the attacking zone. Off the foul that ended our first half of play. Union has had the lead multiple times here today. The Wildcats also led. They led 2-0 even to start things off. And now that shot whipped wide. Union will pass it in as the Wildcats remain a man down here. Just for 5 more seconds. We're back even now. Union College unable to do anything with that opportunity. And now Kentucky takes the lead. It's been a while for the Wildcats. They make it 6-5. Both these teams clearly playing like they want to make it to that championship game. They want to be that team that is able to face off against Westchester. Thank you to everyone here tuned in, watching the Fans Only Sports Network. Your D1 coverage is up next of their Final Four. The ball loose on the ground, trying to scoop it up. Now they successfully do. Caden Wilson. Now a lot of whistles. Possession heads Union's way. Union in the far out position here with the goal looming and the lead no longer in their favor, not even a tie. They trail by 1. Kentucky's defense again not giving up much ground here. But there it is. As I say it, they contradict me with another score as Union ties the game back up. It's getting pretty consistent between what comes out of my mouth and how quickly these teams have made me shut it here today. Another score. We're back even 6-6. Whistle. Referee was taking a second to count the numbers on the field. And Kentucky wins the face-off. Action resumes here. Back even 6-6. Six to 6 ball game in our third quarter. After it's been a good amount of games with a lopsided score, this one a little more close between the two teams. Kentucky with a good pass to set up shot there for Mikey Ancona. Nearly got his second. Instead it knocks away. Now up to the wing. Pass to Ancona. Another shot that knocks iron and goes way out of bounds. Over the fence into another. It's got to be a couple fields away at this point off the crossbar. Towards the Kentucky sideline. Play pushed out of bounds, and Kentucky takes over possession. Another good defensive stretch there. Union holds possession. And now falling forward. Jack Pate's unable to do anything with that. Play into the corner, now tossed over to Pates again. Go grab. As passed over out of bounds. It's going to be Union ball still. Close shot, missing the mark. Union from the X. The Dutchman back even after trailing for a second and taking the lead. Knocked home. The Dutchmen do it again out in front on the Wildcats, 7-6. Union returns us to midfield with the lead in hand once again. As off the face-off now. Possession held with Blake Thomas. Passed across. Union looking to go out in front. It's knocked loose as Kentucky last second defending there. Now a flag on the play. Union's going to go a man down shortly. Kentucky will hold in the corner. Now move it up to the wing. At the wing. Rolled along. Scooped up. Kentucky still holds possession. Now dealed it over to Sammy Hamilton. Hamilton made a defender touch the ground earlier in this game. Unable to do so here, but the flag remains on the field, and now the whistle will blow. It's going to be a penalty against Union and a man-up chance coming for the Kentucky Wildcats, who once again trail in this one. Josh Gangy off to the penalty box. Ten minutes to go in the third quarter. Just 5.5 more quarters to broadcast to you live here today. The Wildcats a man up, looking for that window. A little bit easier to find here. As from the X to go over the top, whip it across. It's going to go wide, out of bounds. Possession with Union. Robbie Trevetto sprinting to it from his goalie position. And Union with their man down, winding out. We're back to even action now as it rolls out of bounds. We're even up 7-6. It's the Dutchman in front, but on the field it's an even, no man advantage. Union going from the point to the wing. Now handled by Ben Giachetti. Another great save, but the pass away might not be the greatest as it's intercepted. Matt Peoples takes it down. And a little misread, sending the goalie back and forth, but Bryce Mode, adjusts in stride to make that save. Now the light pass over to Ancona. Rolled along the ground to the freshly inserted Logan Bates. Bates sends it right back, and now inside over the top. A good look for Ben Thomas. The Wildcats have been working from behind far too much than I'm sure they would want to, if at all. Of course, no team wants to be losing, but as the 1 seed, maybe hoping for a more dominant showing after their ability. They showed off their strengths against Millersville. Another good save made. Union has been picked up by Robbie Trevetto when necessary. It rolls out of bounds. There's 6.5 to go in our third quarter. The pass to the goalie. And the clear out from Union to midfield. The Dutchman absorbed that contact as up the field heads Riley Frost. Frost leaves it for Jack Pates. Now lobbed by Blake Thomas. As the whistle, possession goes in Kentucky's favor. The pass way over. That wasn't close. It's taken away. Liam Alder picks it up. The Union with a chance to go up by 2. They have led at one point in this game by 2. So has Kentucky. The only thing about Kentucky is they led 2-0 to start the game. It looked like it could have been a runaway until the Union came back and continued to come back. A weave over as into the center goes Josh Robertson. Passed back to the goalie. Back to Bryce Mode. Now dealt to the middle. The Wildcats trail by 1 here in our third quarter with less than 5 minutes to go. Look at everyone here tuned in watching on the Fans Only Sports Network. The NCLL National Championship semifinals brought to you by Powell Lacrosse. Check out powelllacrosse.com. Use code NCLL24 for 10% off. Trying to find the edge on the tough defense from Alec DiOrio. Again, some tough defense. Definitely an influence on that poor pass, but no harm, no foul as Kentucky regains possession off the bounce. Now, stutter stepping, switching direction and passing off a clean pass fake. Move to the right, jump shot, kick save. And now some confusion as Kentucky celebrates. The Union sideline confused. And now the referees discuss things. Getting everyone together now. The referees are still discussing things. This is a massive call. It would be 7-7 if they gave the goal, and they'll say no goal. And referee, after overturning the call now, of course, having to explain it to the Kentucky bench. Not too pleased with that call not going their way. They'll remain a goal down here in our third quarter. 1:26 left to go. See if ball doesn't lie and they can put one across just as fast. Rain maybe coming back into the picture a little bit. There you go. I don't know if you could pick that up in the microphone from the Union sideline. They said ball don't lie. Been saying it all game as well. There's been a couple of scenarios where it just came up. That one definitely making the list as Josh Gangy now travels to his right. Defended heavily and the ball pushed out. Now a flag on the play as A fake jump shot now sent out to the corner to dive across. But that draws a whistle, a flag on the play. Third quarter's over as the referees go over a penalty that will take place in our fourth quarter. It's 7-6 when we get there. Union lead over the Wildcats. We'll be right back with final quarter of action. This one a close one between Union and the Wildcats. Welcome back, fourth quarter, ready to get going. Charlie Adams here for the Fans Only Sports Network. Hold up 20 more minutes and a Union offensive zone possession following the foul that ended our third. See if they can take advantage of it after a pretty solid third quarter that gave them the lead a little bit back and forth. And we're back now to all even. Spin move, a shot, it will miss the mark. Out of bounds here. Fourth quarter continues to tick away. That shot just missed. Not a ball up to the point. Rotating around on the wing. That shot got through. Jack Pates. Electric insurance goal for the Dutchman. Snuck it past. Finding the gaps in the Wildcats defense. Now a 2-goal game. The Wildcats are in very much danger here. Action resumes with a Union face-off win. The Dutchmen take it into the offensive zone. I would say the Flying Dutchman, but that'd be too easy. Someone just ran straight into our scaffolding. We are still standing in here, despite them sprinting directly into our scaffolding. Might have shook the camera up a bit. Not expecting that, as Bryce Mode expected that shot, defended it nicely. It's out of bounds, and it's a possession for Union still. Put it out front and couldn't collect it home. Shuffling forward on the sideline. It's secured now by the number 69, Theo Goldman. Fourth quarter action. Do or die here. Winner moves on to the championship here tomorrow. Or, well, here on the University of Maryland campus at the SECU Stadium. Another good move. Goldman takes the shot. It's deflected close. His defender there to help him out. Good job by Lopez. A near shot. Just barely missing the mark. Fourth quarter with 15 minutes left for the Dutchmen to hold on to this 2-goal lead, and I do it every time. They scored again. It's 8-7. Every time I try to mention anything about the score changes, and this time it's in Kentucky's favor as the game tied up the game now 8-7. Still Union leads. Just one goal separates both teams. Now to the wing. Pushing it forward. Union is in the corner. Matt Peoples already has the score, and he brings the Union Dutchman back into the offensive zone there. And now they'll just take up some time here, passing back and forth. The Dutchman trying to get the angle on the defender. The shot ripped across from Matt Venedarn, goes wide. Or Matt Van Dam, excuse me. Thank you to everyone here tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network. Great matchup. Coming down to the wire. D1 programs that play next, watch on here. On this field, you can tune in to Navy taking on their 4-seeded opponents. They'll be taking on the Penn State. Collision sends a Kentucky player to the turf, and possession is with with Union. Westchester versus High Point is now up to a 15-4 game. 15-4, a strong lead in favor of Westchester at this point. You can pretty much say Westchester has a spot tomorrow in that championship game. For here, though, not so much. It's a close one. 1 point or 1 goal separates the Dutchmen and the Wildcats. It could be anyone's game with 12 minutes to go. Troy Adams here, proud to bring you this action presented by Powell Lacrosse as that got past Bryce Mode. Frozen by that shot, and the Dutchmen have a much-needed insurance goal. Some breathing room here with 12 minutes to go. Kentucky's back down 2 goals. Been a shaky game for them since the start. After their 2-goal start, it's been pretty lackluster. The Wildcats looking like they'll be the first 1 seed to be upset here, or the first team to be upset in general in this bracket. Our semifinals consist of the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed for both Division I and Division II. That looks like it might change as we enter the championship game. Right now it looks like Division II will have Westchester, the 2 seed, but Kentucky being in there as the 1 seed is looking shaky as that save made. Another important save for Robbie Travato. Now Travato will pass it off, and our game between Westchester and High Point University has come to a close. Westchester takes it officially. Welcome in any new viewers coming over from that stream, looking to see who the Westchester Golden Rams will take on in the championship game tomorrow at 11 a.m. here on the Fans Only Sports Network, live and free. And if you can't catch it at 11 a.m., you can always watch it on demand right where you find it. And it's going to be free for you as well. Proudly sponsored and supported by Powell Lacrosse. This 2-goal game with the rain coming back here as flag on the play. A Union player slow to get up. Ben Giachetti went down there. It's a push for Kentucky that sends the Dutchmen to a man-up advantage. "30 seconds of man-up opportunity. See if they can reach double digits. Union, that is looking to go up 3. And that might be what could put Kentucky to bed here in our semifinals Final Four matchup. As the man-up chance counts down, we're back even numbers as Union still holds possession in the attacking zone. Ball into the X, held there. And whistle as it goes out of bounds. Kentucky takes over possession. 8 minutes to go in our 4th quarter. Watching the Fans Only Sports Network. Follow us on social medias at FO Sports, SPORTZ. Same deal on our website, fansonlysports.com. Remember the Z at the end, as maybe that turf is getting a little slippery out there. A slip up there from Kentucky gives away the possession. Ohio State and Maryland warming up on the far field. That will be your Division I Final Four matchup for that side. That will go live around 7 p.m. Ohio State had to fight hard to take down Loyola, but got over it and now have a rematch with a opponent they have history with over on field 2. For us coming up, Navy takes on the number 4 team here. Pivotal matchup to clinch position as Union gets goal 10. Three-goal game with just over 6 minutes to go. That could be all she wrote for the Wildcats. Running out of time. Penn State takes on Navy next here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Should be an exciting one there, as this one's coming to a close. Another good play by Robbie Travato, who's been on the ball today, and his teammate Andrew Murray unable to bring in that pass cleanly. Now recovers as it's up to midfield where they'll slow it down. The 22 belonging to Ben Giaschetti. Drives towards the near sideline now. Moves closer from the X. Passed back in. Josh Robertson coming from the X and wrapping it around. It's 11-7. The Wildcats don't seem to have any answers left. The Dutchmen have taken over here in the fourth quarter. Coming in as the number 1 seed, took down Millersville in a strong effort. And now here against the Wildcats, or excuse me, against the Dutchmen, it's been an uphill climb the whole time since their 2-0 lead was evaporated in that quarter. Play resumes. We have about 4 minutes left according to what we're tracking on our end. Should be just right around there at least, as Kentucky with the long pass intercepted. That was a difficult one to try to get through, and you need 4. That error is not going to help you get any. Union holding possession and now being slapped around as Josh Gangy passes it off, and up at midfield a flag is on to play. We'll continue the action with Blake Thomas trying to go one way, then trying to go the other. Took a clean shot there. No flag on that. Thomas finally passes off. And a shot and a score. Union gets their 12th goal. 5-goal lead here. We have 5 goals separating these teams. The one-seeded Kentucky is down big. It's past trouble. It's needing a miracle now for Kentucky. A 5-point game, or 5-goal game in 2 minutes, separating Union from getting to the championship game, and Division II, a chance to face Westchester, is on the line. Westchester won by a big margin against High Point University. The Dutchmen are in line to pull off the upset. The 1-seed Kentucky going down here in our Final Four. Union gets the job done. Great story for Union to make it to this point. I'm glad that all of you, 120 plus, have tuned in to see it happen. Definitely not favored entering this game against Kentucky, but pulling it off with just over a minute now to go. Union double teamed, taken away by Kentucky. It'll roll. Union scoops it up. The Dutchman passing it around. We're under a minute here. And the Dutchman looking to get the ball to X. Pass to the wing now. Wing to wing and a high bounding pass. Just 15 seconds according to our end left in this one. And that'll do it. The final whistle. The Dutchmen finish off this one 12-7. They upset the Wildcats here in the semifinals and win their ticket to the championship game tomorrow at 11 a.m. the SECU Stadium, home to the Terrapins. They will play in a exciting Division II meeting versus Westchester. We hope to see you there. Kentucky falls after a strong performance versus their first round opponents, Millersville. Second round, not so nice to them, falling in the semis. We'll see you tomorrow with the championship for Division II, Westchester versus Union. You can book it 11 a.m. If you can't catch it then, catch it on demand for free. As always here, we'll say goodbye on the Fans Only Sports Network. Next game coming up, our final game. It is the Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the Navy Sled Dogs here. That's our 7 p.m. matchup. We hope to see you. Join us once again to finish off our day of NCLL broadcasting action. Have a great rest of your night.